So should everyone or no one have permission to say a certain word? Well, in the latest controversy surrounding country music star Morgan Wallen having had a past of saying the N-word, this whole conversation around him is reigniting the whole debate behind who should be able to say certain words, and we are going to explore that conversation right here, right now. Hello, my name is Nick Zangle. This is the place where we confront woke cancel culture head on, and let's get right into it. So, I've had this conversation in real life regarding the N-word with people in my real life because personally, that word doesn't hold any value to me, or I don't feel like I need it in my vocabulary. And even if a song came on with that word in it and I was singing along, I would not sing out loud that word. And I'll touch on that a little bit later. But this all comes down to me believing, who am I to say what someone can and cannot say? Morgan Wallen was actually in a lot of controversy a few months back for violating the COVID-19 pandemic protocols set in place for his appearance on Saturday Night Live as the musical guest, and so I believe that was canceled. His appearance was canceled because he violated those rules by going out and partying the night before or that week. And so he's come off one controversy. He's seemingly recovered because he had a really couple hit songs, and now this appears to be kind of another round of cancellation. I want to talk about the historical argument that a lot of people make regarding the N-word and why some people, they believe some people should be able to say it and some people shouldn't. So, from my understanding, obviously the N-word was used to degrade, dehumanize, put down, whatever word you want to put in there that means bad, a certain group of people historically, and descendants of that group are now reclaiming the word or reclaiming the power of that word as a result of, or to kind of repair what's happened to them historically. But here's the thing. People have been heavily criticized on social media for even singing along to a song with this word in it, whereas the artist who had the song that put the word in it is not as heavily criticized depending on certain factors. And from my conversations with people on this issue in real life, it appears there is often this gatekeeping that goes on regarding this word. A lot of, from what I understand, is people, if someone's using it who societally or whatever the rules may be is kind of allowed to use it or is given permission to use it because of their history as well. If you're with that person or if you're in a friend group and that person starts using the word around you, from my understanding, some people have taken that as kind of a green light or a kind of permission, an unspoken rule of maybe you can use that word around them because they're using it towards you or they're calling you that word as kind of a term of endearment or as a kind of welcoming thing into their little group. However, if the argument is, and this is where I have a problem, only this group of people with these certain attributes, most of the time relating to race, if only that group of people is allowed to use a certain word based on race, how is that not racist? And to me, saying someone can only say something because of their race is just as bad as saying someone can't say something because of their race. Now, as far as Morgan Wallen's situation is concerned, he has been suspended indefinitely from his record label. He has been dropped from radio, from what I understand, for this new revelation of him in the past saying the N-word. And if the narrative that comes out of this is country music artists and fans as a group are historically racist and need to change or we will cancel them. If that's the narrative that comes out of this, then these labels and radio stations and the like, any other industry that's going to join them in canceling him, taking this kind of action need to be prepared for the huge backlash that could come from them labeling him and other artists in his genre and his fan base and the whole entire genre fan base as this one thing that maybe in most cases probably none of them are, or a lot of them are not. And so they better be careful to not demonize this group of people who have been basically funding the artists and your record label and your radio station by supporting this artist. And from what I know about how the industry was reacting to Morgan's rising stardom, Morgan is one of the top country artists of today and was being looked at by many as the future of country music in basically all aspects, from live performances to streaming to crossover appeal into other genres. And from what we know about the current state of the music industry, two of those three are still thriving: streaming and crossover appeal or collaboration. But of course, live performances have taken a hit. But if you have all three of those in today's music industry, I mean, you're going to be a superstar and you're going to make your record label, radio stations, streaming services a lot of money. This situation also reminds me of the Paula Deen situation, who, if you didn't know who Paula Deen was, or if you don't remember, Food Network star. She had a Food Network, tons of Food Network shows, cookbooks, restaurants, you name it. And she said something similar, or she was using this word in her past as well, and it came up, and people were basically canceled her. And she was one of the early big cancellations that happened in society. And in her situation, she kind of used it, or kind of gave the reason that she grew up using that word or having that word around her, so she didn't think anything of it. But it appears that she actually learned her lesson from the cancellation and from the whole controversy that surrounded it. And it seems she's making a comeback, just in a little bit of a different way, mostly on like a streaming service. So if Morgan is going to take that route, and Paula Deen is an example of someone who has come back from a similar controversy, who am I to say, because you've been raised a certain way, maybe you didn't know, but it's been brought to your attention and you're going to change going forward, who am I to say that you should be exiled from society because of some mistake you've made? Because I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, or on my foot, or on your foot, we would probably not want this to happen the way it is and be completely canceled for just one mistake. Now, if you want more videos like along the same lines, from the college admissions scandal to Hilaria Baldwin's situation to the commentary community drama regarding these things as well, make sure to head to the top comment down below as you're commenting and check out my playlist of more pop culture commentary where we confronted woke cancel culture just like we did in this video. Make sure to come back every Monday and Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time for a new episode, and I will talk to you then. Bye-bye.